Well, hello there, Vacation Bible Schoolers. My name is Bart Horton, and I wanted to let you know that I am thrilled that you decided to take time out of your busy summer vacations to attend Vacation Bible School. I'm sure that by now you've heard the theme is the Tabernacle. Well, if you're like me, when you first heard the theme was the Tabernacle for Vacation Bible School, you probably thought to yourself something like, what? I remember thinking to myself, what exactly is a tabernacle again? Well, I decided to poll my friends, and I thought maybe that they could help me. After you see these clips, you'll probably know that that's not the best place to start. Shepherd, do you know what the tabernacle is? No? Okay. How about this guy? Do you know who this is? Tough question, huh? Nope. Good answer. Hey Joel, do you know anything about the tabernacle?
I have not a notion. I'm sorry.
Hi, Miss Mercy. Mercy, do you know what the tabernacle is? No? Okay.
Mom, what tabernacle is?
The tabernacle is where...
Jordan, what is the tabernacle?
The tabernacle? I have no idea, Bart.
Cooper, what is the tabernacle?
The tabernacle was what God used to establish His presence with the nation of Israel in the time of Moses. And so basically God's presence was in the midst of His people, and it was an incredible act of grace of God.
I'm going to ask you one question, okay? Just one question. Riley, do you know what the tabernacle is? Well, as you saw, my friends weren't really that much help when trying to discover just exactly what the tabernacle was. So I had to do some digging. And I think what you'll find as we look into the tabernacle that God instructed Moses and Aaron and the Israelites to put together, I think you'll discover that it's way more than just a big tent that it's sometimes described as. You see, the tabernacle was where God dwelt with His people. You see, the problem thousands of years ago for Israel and Aaron and Moses was the same as it is for us today. God is holy and man is sinful. And holiness and sinfulness cannot mix. And that was the problem. So, God in His kindness provided Moses with the blueprints for the tabernacle where God would dwell amongst His people. So, while Israel would wander the modern deserts of the Middle East because of their sin and not conquering the Promised Land, God would dwell amongst His people as they wandered the wilderness. And then for another 10 generations, God's glory was found in the tabernacle. The tabernacle was a pretty interesting place. It had a fence that went all the way around it, made of linen, for the sole purpose of keeping the Israelites from accidentally touching the tabernacle. Why? Because God dwelt in the tabernacle, and God is holy. And remember, man is sinful. And the two cannot only not mix, but they cannot touch without the death of sinful man. You see, He prescribed the Levite tribe, the tribe of Levi, to be His priests. And the tribe of Levi were the only people that could touch the tabernacle without death. And in this outer fence that protected the Israelites from touching or accidentally touching the tabernacle, there was one gate. There was one gate that led inside of that fence and led to where God was. And that's just like today. There's really one gate. There's one way to God. And that's His Son, Jesus Christ. So whether it's the Old Testament with the tabernacle or today with Christ, we have one way to God. You see, through that gate, that one gate, inside the tabernacle, because of their faith, the Israelites were able to make sacrifices to atone for their sin. And the simplest of these is the burnt offering. And we see in the scriptures that the burnt offering was used to show the Israelites complete and total dedication to God. And there was also the grain offering, where people would bring the excess of their crops to the tabernacle to sacrifice that by giving it to the priests and showing their thankfulness to God for His blessing. There was also a peace offering. And if I was an Israelite, this would probably be my favorite. You see, the Israelites would prepare a feast, and symbolically, at the beginning, they would wave a portion of the feast towards heaven as an invitation to God to come and join them. Then they would eat the feast with their friends and family, remembering that they were at peace with God. Lastly, and probably most significant, there was the sin offering, or the guilt offering, which mainly focused on man's need to be forgiven from sin. You see, the best animal available would be chosen, and the person would bring it to the priest to be sacrificed, remembering that because the animal was sacrificed, the person could live and their sins would be forgiven. Very different from what we're used to. I mean, when was the last time you heard in your worship service? Exactly. But before Christ's ultimate sacrifice on the cross, some 2,000 years ago, the faith of God's people was lived out very differently from yours and mine, and how we live ours out today. Well, I'm thrilled that you get to study the only building that's ever been built that never got to stay in one place. And I pray that as you study the tabernacle, you're encouraged and reminded to really focus on the one true way to God, and that's His Son, Jesus Christ. And on top of all that, I hope that you have fun at your vacation Bible school this summer. Oh, and thank you for praying for my family and I as we continue to prepare to move ourselves to Lebanon and be missionaries there. Your prayers really do move God's hand as He leads us to our future ministry. So thank you. God bless, and have a great week at Vacation Bible School. Bye-bye.